Now I'm walking in the sun. Yes, a new age has begun.
Welcome to Ace Designs 107. I'm the Ace in the car pack, and you're the kings and queens. Today, what if we guys is a Photoshop tutorial showing you how you can make your own Twitter header. Now, before I do get into the tutorial, I just want to address a couple of things. Sorry that I haven't been uploading recently to my channel. School has been absolutely hectic. I've tried to keep it to like one upload a week, but again, I've had like client work also in the background of school, and also work at Target, been playing some tennis in the background. It's been insane, my life has been insane in the previous couple of weeks leading up to this tutorial, but I'm back at it again with the tutorials with you guys, so hopefully you do enjoy them. Now, I have one more exam, my chemistry exam on Tuesday, but my Maths B and biology exam was really good, so I'm really happy with those. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So in Photoshop, we're going to make a new file, and you can press Ctrl N if you want to be one of those slouches that uses the shortcuts, but we're just going to go to File, New. And a lot of people are telling me, hey guy, Ace, you know, Twitter headers are 1500 by 500 pixels. What are you doing 3000 by 100? I'm like, because I'm a pimp and I'm in the hood, straight out of Compton. I'm joking, guys. We're going to do it to 1500 by 500 for the first time in my ever living life, and we're going to make this. So, is that normal? Hang on, let me check. With my standard 3000 by 1000. Yeah, it's normal. It's a normal ratio. I'm going to press Ctrl R to close this one, and I'm just going to try this one. 1500. It just doesn't seem right, you know? It seems a bit too long. That's what she said. That's too short, eh? Alright, so, yeah, so this is what we're going to be using as our canvas for today. Okay, so we have our FaZe Clan logo in our document. This is what we're going to be using for our logo. Obviously, because I'm a FaZe fanboy, I really understand that, guys. You don't need to shit on me for that. I'm joking. A lot of satire there. That's the one thing I learned in English. Satire. It's teaching great comedians coming out of Australia. It's really good. Okay. I don't know. I think I might be high tonight. So I'm gonna hide this layer, make a new layer, and on this layer I'm going to press M for my rectangular marquee tool, press Ctrl minus like I did on your mum's tits, and we're going to just drag out a square like this. I'm going to press G on my keyboard to bring up the bucket tool. If you don't have the bucket tool to dump on your head, you have to hold down on the gradient tool icon to bring it up, and then therefore you can just fill that stuff in. So first of all, I'm going to fill this in with a black, and I'm not going to make a racist joke because I might get murdered in the comment section. And then I'm going to Control J this layer, make a blending options, and go to my color overlay. Now, for some reason, this keeps on popping up on my second monitor, but that's all G because I'm a wizard, Harry the Wizard. You know, if you're a virgin like for 30 years, you become a wizard. It's what my friends stick by. It's what nerds stick by. It's pretty good. Okay, so we're just gonna pick a yellow like that, really out there. Then press M for rectangular marquee tool, and I'm gonna press Ctrl R to bring up my rulers. Drag one to the center of my document, and delete that. All right, sweet. Now, I want it to come in like that, so I'm going to go into my blending options again, and then go to my stroke, and we're going to apply this inside stroke, actually, and this one is going to be a black, like that. Okay, good, and then I'm just going to change the stroke size to something like a 10. It's a bit too big. That's what she said when I met her last night. Okay, then I'm going to just bring this across. Like that. So we can't see that anymore, and that is all fine like that. Or what you want to do, or what you can do actually, is just do it like that. So we don't have to see that edge of the yellow come out anymore. And I just went to scratch my ass, and my nail got caught in my chair and fucking broke it. Fuck, it hurts. Okay. That hurts. Okay. So I'm gonna stop being a pussy and rationalize that layer, and then press Control R to hide my rulers and bring those out there. So there, I've hidden the rulers, and we're ready to get into the next part of this tutorial, which is simply merging my two layers together, pressing Control T and rotating this one. Let's be accurate like I was on my mass speed test and do 5 degrees, even though nothing is accurate in real life. Okay, I'm so down today. I'm so down. Okay, I'm going to press Control T and resize this one up like that. Alright, sweet. Now I'm going to move this up, something like this. It's a bit too big, so I'm going to resize this one down. And bring this one across. I should have really done this with the pen tool, shouldn't I? You know what? We need to make this bit like smaller, just like legit smaller. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take out a chunk out of this, like I did to your mum's ass last night. And then we're going to get 2 sections like this. I'm going to one tool this selection, press Control X, press Control V to paste, and that should paste it accurately onto my there, and then I can merge these together. So there we've simply just like made something smaller. So there, I'm Harry the McWizard. Okay. And then I'm going to press Control T and move this to -5. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's a good angle actually, -5. I'm feeling it. So we're going to bring that up. I'm going to just simply bring this up also a tad bit. Now when I go to -5, that should be all G like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up to a certain level like this. And it's time to do our text. So bring in our phase logo. Bam. Red works really well with black and yellow. You know, they're right on the opposite of the color spectrum. I think that'll be really good. No, I'm joking. First we have to do a degree of -5 like we did to our box, so it looks good, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to right click, go to my blending options, and chuck on a color overlay. Now the color overlay is not going to be yellow, in fact it's going to be white. So that's going to be a really nice color scheme that we're going to be having here currently. So that's that. And just going to bring this closer towards this yellow part of the page. Then I'm simply going to press T for my text tool and type out, let's do rage. And I'm going to be, I might use Babass, you never know. And the angle is going to be -5. Now we can mess around with the font anytime we want. Something like that is working with me today. Okay, now I'm going to press T for my text tool and just simply make this one black. Alrighty, now for the VA spacing, I'm going to feel that this has to be somewhat connected. Okay. Something like that is working quite nice. Going to move this to the side a little bit. Okay, so text. Now you can use any type of font that you would like, that you think would suit. I have a couple of good fonts that I can recommend. America Captain is a really good one. Babass, as I said, is also a really good one. Again, I'll link some good fonts in the description below, some free download links. They're really good fonts. All the fonts that will be linked down there, I all highly recommend. So yeah, you can check them out. Let's maybe try. That doesn't really work. You could try something like this, so like Comica Axis Regular. It's a kind of a, you know, comic style theme, and because we're doing this, I think it would suit quite nice with this type of style. So we can try that. I haven't done it before, but we know we can try. Now, because it is a different font, the sizes of it may be a little bit different. So I'm gonna mark 285. No, I'm not really feeling it just because of the phase logo isn't like that type of style. So I'm just gonna do Baybas, just play it safe for this tutorial. Baybas. And I'm gonna change my size back up to like 400-ish. Let's do 425. With 420 blazing it without font size, you feel me? You feel me, huz? Okay, I'm gonna bring that up something like that. So it's like, if you can't see it, this line is lined with the phase logo and this line here. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is with our phase, we can either start with our logo or our text. Since I start coming off my text, I'm going to be using my text. So I'm going to press Ctrl J, press Ctrl T, resize. Do I need to resize it? Yeah, I do. Resize that bad boy, something like this. Alrighty, Mahala. And we're going to go to the blending options. Actually, we don't need to. Just go to our text. Do white. And then right click, go to my blending options, do a drop shadow. Now this drop shadow is a soft drop shadow. We want to make it hard, not soft. Wink, wink. Distance. We're going to chuck on some distance. That's how we add something like that. Now, I forgot how to make it hard. There we go. That's how we make it hard. So we do the size 0 and the distance. Let's do, I'm feeling something like that. Now you can do an inner shadow or something really light to make this thing pop a little bit, because currently we can't see, you know, the end text. We can do a stroke, something like this. Do something like a 2. And bam. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a stroke of 2 in the inside or the outside, whatever you feels good, cuz. And then we're going to press OK on that. Now press Ctrl J again, bring this text onto here. Now obviously you don't have to have rage, it's just that I just feel like making it rage today, so that's what we're going to be using. So I'm going to be doing this one. Now I'm going to clear all these layer styles by right clicking, go to clear layer styles, go to my blending options again. Now before I do that, I need to change the text color to this yellow. Right click, go to my blending options, do a stroke. Now the stroke's going to be a little bit bigger this time. Let's do 3, and that's going to pop out something like that. Okay, so then we have to bring our phase logo into the action. So after that, actually, I'm going to finish all my text on the screen. So then I'm going to press Ctrl J on that text. We're going to keep the same layer style, but we're going to do designer or player, whatever you're after. Designer for team phase. I don't need to do team phase, just do phase. Alrighty, press Ctrl T, resize this bad boy, something like this. Now, I'm not too feeling this, but this font doesn't have like a bold type, so see, it's not really working with that. So I might try Arial bold. I know that this one isn't available for everyone, so I am sorry that if you don't have it or not. And gonna right click, go to my blending options, go to the stroke. Because this text is so small, we only need a stroke of 2 to give that retro feels. You feel me, huz? Okay, so we have something like that. Then what I'm going to do is go to my face logo, press Ctrl J with that one, and bring this over here. Now I'm gonna right click, go to blending options, do a color overlay of black. Press Ctrl T and resize this one. resize this to something like this. Okay, press Ctrl J, move this one over, press Ctrl T, resize this. Something like that. Press Ctrl J, move this one over. Press Ctrl J, move this one over. Press Ctrl J, move this one over. I'm pressing Ctrl T also to resize these ones into action. Press Ctrl J, move this one over. And what I can do with this is actually, since it's rasterized, hopefully, it's a smart object. I'm just gonna go proceed to fuck myself, guys. I'll be back. I'm joking. Something like that would work. I'll just try and bring all these logos into action here. These over, go back to my smaller one, and there we go. So we have something like that going on. It's really simple, but I think it's looking not too bad. So the next thing that we're going to do is go to my face logo copy, just rasterize, Ctrl J1, go here and go there. Okay, so this is going to require a lot of like copying and pasting, and it can be a very tedious task sometimes. I apologize for that. It's just sometimes a part of designing your own stuff. So if you don't want that, if you don't want to be like doing this tedious task, this might not be the best header for you. I'm sure that there's a quicker way, but in Ace Design's typical fashion, okay, this is really fucking annoying how I get these anchors. Okay, going to bring these over here. These are for my thinking is my bot logo, so I'm just going to group those. Bot, Control J for grouping, and this is going to be my main logo. These are going to be my top ones anyway. So I'm going to rasterize. I don't need to. So technically, I should be able to Control J and move this one over. Okay, and then shift click these, Control J, and move this one over. It's like an exponential function. It's great. That's what I was doing this term in Maths B, Year 12. It's really fun. Exponentials, periodic functions. If you need any questions about that, I'm your man. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god, we've copied so much. We're such weebs here at Ace Designs 107, honestly. I'm just going to bring this one over here. This one final copy. Great. Now I'm going to group these. Now, these are just not working that well. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to every second one we need to change the color of these, but because there's so many, I don't need like half of these logos, honestly. Let's see, I'm just doing trial and What the fuck are those 4 logos? Okay, so it's in these first 20. Okay, so it's down here. Okay, so these are my logos here. Now, if I got this right... Okay, there is a reduplicated first logo, but that doesn't matter because of... We're going to just be doing it to every second one anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this second one, go to my blending options, do color overlay. We need yellow, this yellow, and we need a stroke of, let's do 1. You feel me, bros? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to right click, do copy layer style, go and select every single one like this. It feels like a large task, but there's only like, if you split 50 into 2, there's only 25 clicks that you have to make. It's like painting, so like painting you would make thousands of clicks doing a digital painting, so make sure you feel like you've got the long straw, not the shorter straw. Okay, let's do paste layer style, and then bam, we've got all that stuff there. So on Twitter, it's going to be something like this. Now, designer for phase, I'm not really liking that, like, that layer style choice. Might scrap the stroke and just... I could just do, like, something really simple, like a grey, something like that. Or like a dark grey with a white stroke. Because that's a really nice little technique that you can do. That I think doesn't look too bad. Black stroke. I think that looks fine. Might change my text though. Babass. Back to Babass. You don't even need to have that there, but I'm just gonna use it as like a filler. Okay, so we need to make a comet texture. So I know that there's like a what it's called, like a plugin into Photoshop in the filter stuff. So I'm gonna try and get that. So I grouped my whole thing into one thing, and this is gonna just be my header layers. These are just like a backup group that you can say. Now just press Ctrl J, merge these to go together, hide this one, and let's go to filter gallery. Let's see if we can find this one, because I have used this like patchwork. See, that doesn't really work as like a comic stuff. This is text, so we have to be careful. Let's render, sharpen, stylize, video, other, pixelate. I think it's something here. Color halftone. Yeah, something like that. That's a color halftone. Let's drop this one onto there and do like an overlay. There you go. So we have something like that. And then if we see how like it goes over the text like this, and then go to like overlay or soft light, so you get that halftone over this. Now obviously you can like use your own like halftone, like over this. I think I have some halftones in my brushes. If I press B for my brush, you can get like actual halftone brushes that you can install into Photoshop and use, and they're really useful like if you want to be more fine in that. But I just thought I might show you like a little technique like for the halftone stuff which you can use, that I think like I haven't shown before in a previous tutorial, but it is really relevant to this type of tutorial. Now I don't like it how it's gone over all these little logos and that text. So actually I don't mind the text because that kind of gives it like a retro feels, but definitely not these logos. Click make selection, press OK, delete. Okay, Wazam. And then we've got something like that. Now we can actually press Ctrl J again and then go to filter, merge these together again. Go to filter, render, pixelate, crystallize. Crystallize isn't a filter, render. You can mess around with all these. I don't really know this stuff that well. I have used pointillize before, but I know it's not appropriate for this halftone. Here's your channels. Let's do a max radius of 15. Let's see. I wish they could like show you a preview, because that would be dope. Here's the overlay, and this is the difference between each. I mean, they can kind of work together, but not really. Let's see. Nah, they don't work. So that's that. Yeah guys, thank you so much for watching the tutorial. Hopefully you did learn something. That is the most important thing. Yeah, so you can get really simple but cool design that's really flashy. So that's a really easy way to do. Oh, also another thing is, I'm just gonna clear my guide for that quickly before I end this tutorial. On this black layer that is here, we can make a new layer above this. We go to our brush tool, go to like a soft brush here, and bump up our size to like 600 since our document, our image is quite large. Now, I'm just going to control click the thumbnail of this so I'm only painting within here. And if I do like a nice little splotch, go to my opacity and bring this one up, then we've got some really simple lighting that works really nice onto our document. And you can move this to the side to get something like that. Also, another thing that you can do is go to your one tool here, make a new layer, just select the black. It will, don't worry. Now we can fill this one in with a black, and then anything that will do to this, it will just apply straight over. We can make a little gradient over this. I just want to show you some different techniques, guys, that I haven't shown you in the past before I leave this tutorial. I can't keep this going on forever, but I can as much as I want. So something like that, and for the angle, I'm going to start something like here. So the really nice step, and I think that you'll definitely like that little technique here. And obviously this halftone looks absolutely terrible over this little area, so we can get rid of that really simply by going to our wand tool, selecting this area, going to our halftone layer, deleting that thing over that, pressing Ctrl J to delete for that one, and then going back to here and messing with our opacity to get something like this. Because that's, again, that's a really easy way of getting some dimension towards a 2D design. Not too complex, but I think it's nice in the end. And also on the overall layer, like on top of all this, we can do like 1500 or something, like a really large brush. Like 850, let's go white, and let's do something like that. So there, we get some lighting into the document. Lighten up this text here. And again, we can do it with like a gray. Now I can't click that far off screen. There we go, and bam. So we've got something like that, and that's something really easy to do. Now look how better that looks. Black to there. Really nice highlighted, and that's our final banner. if you liked today's video, or if you learned anything new, or you just simply smiled, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you're still here watching the video, and yeah, make sure that you hit that like button below, because if we hit 45 likes, I'll release a PSD file template for the header that I made in today's tutorial. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video very soon. So yeah, peace out everybody, have a great day, and make sure to keep on making videos. That was really corny. I don't have an outro, I'm sorry guys. Later, ball.